In this module, we'll discuss more of the planning elements in the dashboard system. We'll talk about services and initiatives, goals and objectives. From our Groups screen, we'll select the Office of Performance Improvement, or OPI. Now let's go look at the services for OPI. OPI has got 3 services or initiatives. The first one is creating a culture and practice for quality improvement, and then implementing an automated performance management system, and then achieving FAB accreditation. Services are those things that we're currently doing, whereas initiatives are those things we want to do in the future. So creating a culture and practice for quality improvement is probably something we're doing today, so it'd probably be a service. Implementing an automated performance management system, if we don't have one, is a future service or an initiative. And achieving FAB accreditation, if we're not already there, is an initiative too. Services are defined only by a service number and the description of the service down here at the bottom. A service can be copied from other groups within the selected organization. When a service is copied, all of the related goals, objectives, and activities will be copied as well. This feature can save a lot of data entry when multiple groups have similar services. As an example, if the WIC program has multiple offices, a template for the offices can be created, then services copied to the operational plan for each office here. To copy a service, we'll click on the Copy Service button here. Now from the Select a Service screen, we're going to go up and select the department level here, the top level group in the organization, and let's pick the service Maximize Resources to copy. So we'll select the service here, and we can go down to the bottom and we can either cancel by clicking the green back arrow, or we can hit the Save button and copy the service. Now we're back on the OPI screen, and we notice that we have service number 4 now, Maximize Resources. If we look, we can see that Maximize Resources has also copied its goals, objectives, and activities. All planning elements, including services and initiatives, can be categorized as desired. We'll go into detail on this powerful tool in a later training module. All changes to services and initiatives are tracked in the history table. We'll go into detail on history and performance charting as well in a later training module. Each planning element, including users, organizations, groups, services, initiatives, goals, objectives, and activities, may have multiple version control documents attached to them through the document management system. Again, we'll explain this feature in detail in a later module. Now let's look at the goals that make up the initiative, Implement an Automated Performance Management System. Now we'll select the Goals tab. We'll see that we have 3 goals here. The first one is to research existing performance management systems. Second one is to meet with IT to discuss the in-house development of a system, if possible. And the third one is to check with management on budget availability. Goals, objectives, and activities define the how we do it planning elements for services and initiatives. As you can see, each service or initiative may have multiple goals. Each goal has a goal statement, a status flag, and related notes, typically regarding the status flag. The status flag is easily set by either just clicking on the graphic and cycling through, or using the drop-down list here. A green flag typically indicates that everything is up and to the right, the goal is proceeding as expected, no action is needed at this time. The yellow flag indicates that the goal may not be proceeding as expected. This can be due to potential funding issues, resources moving or leaving, partners not able to perform as expected, or similar issues. Help may be needed to get it back to green. A red flag says that the goal is in serious danger of not meeting expectations. Possibly funds have evaporated, someone left the organization, or a partner is not performing as required. Typically, immediate help is required to get it back to a yellow or a green status. A gold flag indicates a successfully completed goal. Now we track that for 2 reasons. Number 1 is to see our progress. If we successfully completed a goal, we did something right. So let's look at the goal as a potential best practice going forward here. Maybe we can analyze what we did right and apply that to future goals. Down at the bottom of the screen, like every other planning element, you'll see a set of buttons for document management, history, and categorization. Again, these will all be discussed in future training modules. Now let's look at the objectives which support the goal, research existing performance management systems. Objectives define the how we do it element for goals. Each goal can have several objectives. As you can see, objectives have somewhat more detail than goals. In addition to the status flag and notes, each objective has an objective leader, percent done, and activity roll-up fields. Objectives are typically entered in a SMART format: specific, measurable, attainable, reasonable, and time-based. The objective lead field allows you to select a system user who's been assigned as the leader of this objective. Remembering that each objective is supported by a set of specific activities, the objective leader might be a division manager or program manager whose staff will be leading the specific activities. Click on the down arrow to see a list of people within your group. If the person you want to select as the objective leader is not within your current group, just select Show All Users to see everybody in the organization. Once you've made all your edits to this screen, just click on the Save button. The Activities Roll-Up fields show the summary of the activities related to the selected objective. We'll discuss Activity Roll-Up during our section on activities. The Objective Percent Done field may be set by the activity's roll-up value or manually overridden if desired. If the activities for the objective don't correlate directly with the actual performance of the objective, you may manually enter a value. An example of this might be an objective of reducing smoking in a high school by 25% by the end of the year. The activities might be something like provide education on the dangers of tobacco, work with vendors within a radius of the school to reduce sales to school children, and provide anti-tobacco posters in the school. Even if all of the activities are 100% completed, there's no direct correlation to the actual reduction in smoking. This would have to be measured and entered separately. The green flag button allows you to select or unselect this objective as a My Priority issue on your dashboard screen. We'll discuss this later in the training module on the dashboard screen. The Performance Chart button allows you to view the changes in the objective over any period of time graphically. We'll discuss this feature in a later training module as well. Like all planning elements, documents can be attached, history records are maintained, and objectives can be categorized. Again, we'll go into detail on these features in later training modules. Thanks for reviewing the planning elements, services, goals, and objectives.